everyone, my name is Lily and I am a first-year medical student, former registered nurse, and I am making this video today to tell you some tips on how to not only survive your first semester of medical school, but to thrive. This video isn't technically for the top gunners out there. It's for people who want to go into medical school and be able to balance their work and life. The tips that I have today are probably pretty unconventional and maybe pretty challenging. I know they were challenging for me to do. The first thing that I did before starting medical school was delete my Facebook account and deactivate my Instagram account. Getting off social media was very liberating and it allowed me to free up time to do the things that I actually really enjoy and that were important to me. And I knew that having it around would be too tempting and distracting. So I just got rid of it before I started medical school and it was a very good decision. I will say that I suffered from some FOMO. FOMO is a personal problem. You deal with it by going out and doing interesting things and being an interesting person. So don't let FOMO hold you back from living an intentional life. The second thing that I have done is track my habits with a bullet journal. One of the habits that I started working on was spending the first hour of my day completely phone-free. So I would wake up, have my coffee, and read a book for leisure. And in the first semester of medical school, I was able to finish 3 books that I really wanted to read. And not having my phone distract me first thing in the morning, setting the tone for the rest of the day, really allowed me to spend the first hour of my day dedicating my time to my own self-care, my mental health, and I would suggest that change for everyone. Medical school is so demanding of your time, and it's really important to take breaks when you need it to go have fun. And fun for me is going and being outdoors with my partner and my dog. So we spent quite a few weekends going camping. I actually took 5 road trips in the first semester of medical school, including a trip to the Grand Canyon where we hiked from rim to river to rim in the middle of neurology block. So it is possible to still take mini trips and go have fun and enjoy your life outside of medical school. That is not impossible just because you're starting medical school. You just have to make sure that you are prioritizing your time well and that you're scheduling it well according to your exams. When you start medical school, know that it's not just the academics that are going to overwhelm you, but the sheer amount of opportunities that just being in medical school affords you. When I started, I couldn't believe how many clubs, clinics, research opportunities were out there for all of us to sign up for. And I really didn't even know what I should choose and what I should get involved with. I ended up becoming a lead coordinator in a student-run clinic. I am an officer in several different clubs, and I got involved with some projects, including research. So you'll see that there are tons of things that you can get involved with. Just make sure whatever you get involved with is something that it will be meaningful for you and adds value to your role as a medical student. You only get to do medical school once. I know for me, getting involved really helps me feel fulfilled in my role, and I would suggest that as another way to really help you thrive in medical school. Double dip as much as you can with the things that are happening in your life. For example, for me, I love to go running. That is part of my daily routine. And I used the time that I was spending running to socialize with my friends. Of course, with the pandemic, we weren't socializing indoors anyway. It made it easier to be able to meet up with friends and get our exercise in, but also catch up with each other. So that was my way of double dipping socializing with exercising. If you were going to have a meal, maybe you can spend that time calling your family, and it can be a double dip of eating and catching up with family. Sometimes I would roll out my yoga mat and be laying there in like pigeon pose while I was watching a Boards and Beyond video. So I was really trying to double dip as much as I can on things that needed to get done and things I wanted to be doing. At my medical school, many of our lectures are podcasted, which means they record the live lecture and you're able to watch it later. I really enjoy that. I actually podcast all of my videos. To make sure that I am on top of watching the lectures, I make a weekly schedule. It's all organized by half-hour time frames, and I just insert when I'm going to be podcasting whatever lecture is happening. For example, all of our lectures happen in the first half of the day, and I podcast them in the second half of the day. So I used my weekly schedule to organize what I'll be doing during that morning, whether it's reviewing the learning objectives or doing Anki cards. And then I spend the evening and afternoons watching the pre-recorded lectures at probably 1.5 to 2 times speed, depending on who is lecturing. Starting medical school in the middle of a pandemic and in the political climate that we were in last year definitely took a toll on my mental health. So before I got into a deep, dark place, I reached out to the free mental health services that my school offers. And that is my next suggestion to you all. Make sure that you are checking in with yourself and checking in with your other classmates and utilizing the services that your school offers. Typically, schools will offer access to a counselor. And the nice thing about being able to talk to them is that they are removed from your situation. They don't know you, they just know that you're a medical student. So you're able to really talk to them openly and honestly about what you're feeling. And they can offer you tools on how to address your anxiety or depression, or if you just need someone to talk to about anything. So I would definitely suggest that to help you with thriving in medical school. Of course, I couldn't do any of this without a very healthy support system. I have my very loving and supportive partner to thank. He does the grocery shopping for us, and he also meal preps for us. My family, who checks in on me and makes sure that I don't need anything from Costco. My sister especially, she really looks out for me. This saves me a lot of time and allows me to spend my free time doing the things that I enjoy rather than spending it running errands, which has been very helpful and kind of them. Make sure that if you are in need of extra support, reach out to your people because they're often more than willing to help you invest in your success. Well, those are my tips on how to thrive in medical school. Spend the first hour of your day phone free. Use it to meditate, run, exercise however you wish, or read a book. Create a weekly schedule to keep track of the lectures that you're doing. Podcast if you can so that you can save time by doing your lectures 1.5 or 2 times speed. Delete your social media accounts like Facebook or Instagram or whatever you know sucks the most amount of time away from your productivity. Get involved with as much as possible in your first semester, particularly the things that are important to you and make you happy. Double dip as much as you can on the things that you want to be doing and the things that you need to do. And reach out to your mental health services when you need it. Thank you for watching this video. I don't have Instagram or Facebook, so if you have any questions, go ahead and put it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.